Three gun, yeah. Clutching the stick out in public like fuck it. We having the P nigga, we really touch 'em. Ain't worry about them niggas, little niggas, nothing.
Got the Glock 19 Gen 4 semi-automatic handgun. Today we gonna be talking about the cleaning of the firearms. So you only gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a cleaning rod with a brass brush on the end, and you're gonna need like a regular, toothbrush or something like that. I got my own little spicy situation right here, little two-piece deal. Definitely gonna need you some Q-tips to get in the fine creases and the crevices of the firearm. Also, you're gonna need some CLP, cleaning, lubricant, and protection. Anything that says CLP on it, I will go with that. It doesn't really matter the brand, long as it says CLP, and that is meaning cleaning, lubricant, and protecting. So for me, I already got my firearm broken down. As you can see, I got my frame here, got my recoil spring, I got my barrel here with my slide. That's about as far as I go with my breakdown and cleaning. But, if you want to go further, that's on you. Go ahead and do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But for starters, I always like to go ahead and just, once I break the firearm down, go ahead and just give it a few sprays. Let that sit in there. Set that off to the side. You want to spray your recoil spring. Let that dripping down in there. You want to spray your barrel. Also, you want to get a few shots of oil inside of your recoil. Inside of your barrel. My bad, excuse me. And then you have your slide here. Also want to go ahead and spray inside of there. Let that set for a while. Then you can start going to your frame and you can just start getting into the fine crevices with your Q-tips. You can start just running along the sides. Just getting all the fine pieces inside of the firearm. As you can see, you start to get your grease and your debris coming up out of your firearm. I just did this not too long ago, so mine ain't gonna be too dirty, but I'm gonna go ahead and run it down for y'all right quick, you know what I'm saying? So once you get, your Q-tip gets a little damage like that, you wanna throw that off to the side, go ahead and run down to the next. Boom. You wanna go ahead and get all the pieces. Make sure you wanna get all the cracks. Anywhere with metal touches, you also wanna get there. And make sure of that, because that's where you got a lot of your action from your firearm. As you can see, some of the oil is coming off the firearm, which is a good thing too. You don't want to have it too oily, but you also want to see your oil on your firearm. And that's pretty much it for your frame right there. Go ahead and go run through it. Make sure everything is clear. As you can see, as I'm wiping, no residue is getting onto my Q-tip, which meaning that we do have a clean situation going on. You understand me? So boom, my frame is clean. Boom, done with that Q-tip. Now, with your recoil spring, with me, I like to have a microfiber towel. That's another ingredient you're gonna need for your recipe with cleaning. You know what I'm saying? So boom, you take your recoil spring and I just set it up in the towel, and I just start to put my fingernails through each of the rings and start to just twist. Not too much, just make sure you get, it's not too bad. Like I say, I just cleaned it not too long ago, so we don't really have too much residue. So that's about it for your recoil spring. Now, for your barrel, it's where you're gonna need your cleaning rod. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take your barrel, you're gonna slide the cleaning rod right down there like that, and you're gonna do that about 7-8 times, depending on how bad your barrel is. Like I say, mine's not too bad, so I don't really gotta do that. Boom. So then you go ahead and get some of the excess liquid off of there. Make sure no residue is on there. You want to make sure that's nice and clean.
Hey, keep it like
Right here. All right, bet. I was up too high. All right, bet. So you want to make sure that's nice and clean as well. And that's it for that. Now with your slide, you also want to do the same thing you did with your frame. You want to keep going down, up and down your crevices and all the little different little spaces that are hard to reach that a Q-tip or something smaller could reach. Want to make sure you apply some pressure though, you know, because it's a lot of brass or whatever you shooting out your firearm could be stuck up in there. So you want to make sure you give it a nice brush. Don't be too gentle with it. Make sure you get some nice cleaning in there. Like I say, I just did this, so my firearm is clean, but if your firearm hasn't been clean, you probably want to do this, and you're probably going to need more Q-tips than this. But that's about it right there. And again, this is a Glock 19 Gen 4. And that is your cleaning for today. Again, all the tools you'll need will be a cleaning rod, Q-tips, microfiber towel, a brush. Oh, so the brush, so when you get down to the nitty gritty and everything clean, you know, just like you do some ties on a fresh whip, you know, put that extra little spice on there and get it right. And you may get some of those extra little follicles coming from your Q-tips. So this is what your brush is for. So you're gonna need the brush, cleaning rod, Q-tips, CLP, cleaning solution. And CLP stands for clean, lubricate, and protect. That's all you're going to have for today. Make sure you keep a big box of Q-tips because you're going to need them. Now, if you only got one gun, well, get you a little pack. But if you got a lot of guns, get you a big pack. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's the truth, man. We getting spicy.